Xbox is moving more towards handheld. I think the next generation of consoles, handheld, is going to be a key factor in success. I think that it's just inevitable from what we're seeing, from the goals of Xbox, from what the moves Xbox is making. If they want to get their console, if they want to get Game Pass into the hands of more people, handheld is the way to go. Now, Valve has dropped some updates here for their operating system for handheld. Xbox has dropped some updates here. And so the question to me is Valve versus Xbox. Is Valve a future competitor for Xbox, a direct competitor for Xbox? It's very interesting. I think we're seeing the gaming landscape definitely shift and change here. There is no doubt that is happening in my mind, and it's going to be interesting to see how it continues to shift. So let's go over what Valve is doing, then we'll go over what Xbox is doing, and then let's talk. Are these new rivals? Is this the beginning of the handheld wars that I think may come to fruition here, which is fun for us? And I'm all about handhelds. I think handhelds are fantastic. I think that's why the Nintendo Switch, I think they've been years ahead of everybody in that regard, not chasing after power necessarily, instead chasing after convenience and fun. And I think that's exactly where everyone is moving, and they all see it. Let me actually shrink this article. There we go. So we can get everything in here. This is over at Insider Gaming. Valve is bringing SteamOS support to rival handhelds. Valve is set to allow its SteamOS to function on rival handheld devices. After recent update notes mentioned support for ROG Ally keys, many wondered if this meant that the operating system was going to come to the Asus ROG Ally and other handhelds like the Lenovo Legion Go. According to Valve itself, that's exactly what's happening. In a statement given to The Verge, Valve's Lawrence Yang says the team is working on bringing full support for other devices. Quote, "The note about ROG Ally keys is related to third-party device support for SteamOS," Yang said. The team has continued to work on adding support for additional handhelds on SteamOS. So SteamOS, here it comes. Now, everybody that has a Steam Deck, I don't have a Steam Deck. I've only used the ROG Ally, but I do know people who have used both. I have friends who have the Steam Deck, love the Steam Deck, and everybody says they actually prefer. So ROG Ally runs on Windows 11. The Steam Deck runs on SteamOS, and everybody says it's preferable. And it makes sense why it would be preferable on a handheld, because it's built from the ground up for handheld devices. And so bringing this to other handheld devices is a smart move. Bringing your ability to be native in Steam, bring your Steam library there, is a big move. The question is, does this mean that they're going to be new rivals with Xbox? Well, let's take a look at what Xbox is doing here. Xbox is shrinking the Xbox game bar for Windows handheld gaming PCs. That's right. They're making their own moves here. They already have obviously the Windows system. Now, I think an Xbox handheld, a native Xbox handheld built by Microsoft, has basically the Xbox ecosystem in it. I don't think that it's Windows 11. What they're doing here is making Windows 11 more mobile handheld friendly, not mobile, but handheld friendly, handheld gaming friendly. And it's very interesting. So this is the headline over at lilypudding.com. Microsoft is shrinking the Xbox game bar for Windows handheld gaming PCs. And I will say, having played the ROG Ally, this is definitely welcomed and needed. Now, it's not out yet. It's just out to alpha users, but it's being tested. Here is what they say. Microsoft's Xbox Game Bar for Windows has been around since 2019. I use it all the time. Windows G brings it up. You can party chat, everything. It basically brings kind of this Xbox-like overlay. It's now more of a Game Pass overlay, to be perfectly honest. But you get direct access to like the party system, your achievements, stuff like that. So it's been around since 2019, offering quick access to settings, performance metrics, achievements, audio settings, screen recording, and widgets, among other things. But like most Windows features, the Xbox Game Store is designed first and foremost for laptop and desktop computers, not for small screen devices like handhelds. Or at least that was true until this week, because Microsoft has just begun rolling out a preview of a new compact mode for the Xbox Game Bar, which is optimized for handhelds and other computers with small screens. So they have images here. Let's actually open up the images here. So everything is designed to work natively, and you can see up at the top, all it is home. There's screenshots. Under home, you have This is the widget store that they're open on. You then have system settings, audio, and then the widget store here. So the widget store you can add stuff to the top. So for instance, you can add Spotify. I've seen people do already that are previewing this. Let's see what else we have here. So here's the home button, and you can see just having this minimized game bar at the top, you can go left and right with your right bumper, left bumper pad. You can do it with the D-pad, stuff like that. Very easy touchscreen, even if you need to. Very easily, very simplified. I think this looks good so far. On the home, there's all your games that you're playing, your recent games. You can quit them, you can play them, you can probably browse. Let's see what the next screenshot is of here. This is the different type of widgets that you can sign. So this one's a performance widget, so it can say like what your frames per second are and stuff. And then last but not least, we're back to the widget store where you can add a whole bunch. So you can add like Xbox Social, which would be like your party chat and stuff in there that you can have. Overall, just moving to this mobile first mentality, or this mobile optimized mentality, gives us a glimpse into the future. I think this is smart. I think this makes total sense. So now the question that I posed at the beginning, Valve versus Xbox, are we seeing a new rivalry start? And I don't know. It's tricky because rumor is that on the next Xbox, we're going to get Steam everywhere. And if Steam is just offering its operating system as an option to all other devices, are they competing? I think yes, but not directly. And in other words, I think they just both want to be everywhere, and in doing so, everyone benefits. So where they're competing is, hey, use our system over their system, which is going to be interesting because Game Pass. Now, here's the big question: does Game Pass get integrated at all into Steam? At this point, I don't see how it ever does. I don't see how it does. I don't see how that would operate. If it's offered on the Steam store, maybe, but I don't know how Steam would benefit in that at all. Xbox would definitely benefit because in theory, could it get more exposure to more players? So I don't know. I think we may be seeing I think we may be seeing. So, I mean, they're different focuses and ecosystems ultimately. So Steam Deck is deeply embedded already in the PC gaming system, whereas Xbox it has Windows, obviously, but it's still trying to get its foothold there. And with Game Pass trying to get its foothold in the gaming, in the PC ecosystem. And so I think it's going to come down to Xbox creating their own handheld, honestly. I think these are probably more complementary. That's, I guess, what I was trying to say, rather than direct competitors, because Valve is being open with this SteamOS. It's not closed. And Microsoft is just shrinking the game bar to run on native Windows 11 devices. It's more about optimizing, I think, their existing ecosystems for a potential growth in the handheld market, rather than challenging Valve's dominance in the PC gaming space. I think it's going to take a lot for Xbox. It's going to take time for them to challenge Valve in the PC gaming space. And like I said before, I think it's more complementary. I think it's more market synergy than anything, because there's potential for both companies to thrive simultaneously by appealing to different segments of the gaming market. Again, Xbox has, or Steam Deck, obviously, and SteamOS has more of a PC gaming centric. Xbox has more of a console gaming centric. I think it'll be interesting to just see how it all lies out. Regardless, I do think there's potential for collaboration here. So we'll see. Xbox versus Valve, it may end up being a rival. At this point, I think it's more synergistic than anything, and I think it'll be interesting to see if there's any. I mean, the CEO of Valve has been complimentary towards Xbox strategy, has not criticized it at all, has been complimentary of Game Pass, and vice versa. And Phil Spencer talking about having Steam on the next consoles. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of partnerships come out of this. I don't think as of today they're new rivalries. I think maybe, depending if it heats up enough, if both have enough success, maybe they do become competing rivalries. But right now it feels a lot more complementary. So we'd love to know what you guys think, though. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Are you excited for a handheld? Personally, I'm very excited for a handheld. I hold this up all the time we talk about this. This is the PlayStation Portal. I have the Nintendo Switch over here on my desk as well. The Portal streams directly from the PlayStation to the device. But what it does is enable me to play anywhere, and I want that. That's why I've experimented with the ROG Ally. It's just too pricey for me. It doesn't do what I want. Right now, it's not yet optimized. I think by the time Xbox announces and gets ready for the next generation, which Bond has said is the biggest jump technically that we've ever seen between generations in a console, I think by the time we get there, these handhelds are going to be very optimized. I think we're going to be in a much better position. I think there's going to be much more and much better options for gaming handhelds, particularly if you're on the Xbox side of things, coming in the future. So I'm kind of holding out for that, but definitely it would enable me to game more. That's just the reality, and I think that's the reality for most people. Would love to know what you guys think. Rivalry potentially here with Valve versus Xbox. Do you have access yet? Are you in the alpha club for the new widget or the new optimized bar for handhelds that Xbox is dropping? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button. I can't talk. Subscribe to this channel. Also, we have a Discord. Come join us on Discord. Let's continue this discussion over there. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.